Next time you're on a flight, take a moment to look out the window at the wings. You probably see flaps, engines, and maybe a little flashing light. But what you're actually looking at is a massive, flying swimming pool full of highly flammable jet fuel. For decades, aviation engineers have quietly tucked thousands of gallons of fuel right inside the wings. A Boeing 777, for instance, holds over 45,000 gallons of fuel, and almost all of it is stored in the wings. But why? Why not in the belly of the plane or the tail? First, let's talk about the simplest reason: space. The main body of the airplane, the fuselage, is the moneymaker. Airlines want to pack that tube with as many passengers, suitcases, and cargo pallets as physically possible. Every single inch inside is valuable real estate. Now look at the wings. To generate enough lift to fly, wings must be large and thick. But structurally, they don't need to be solid metal. Inside the outer skin, a wing is mostly empty space, supported by a skeleton of metal ribs. Instead of leaving that massive volume empty, engineers realized it was the perfect rent-free storage units for jet fuel. But saving space is just the beginning. To understand the second reason, imagine carrying a heavy backpack. If someone suddenly removed 30 pounds from it while you were walking, you'd probably stumble backward. Airplanes face a similar problem. A large jet burns tens of thousands of pounds of fuel during a long flight. If all that heavy fuel was stored in the front or the back of the fuselage, the plane's center of gravity would drastically shift as the fuel was consumed. The nose of the plane would pitch up or down dangerously. But the wings are perfectly aligned with the airplane's center of lift. By storing fuel there, the weight sits exactly where the airplane is supported by the air. As the fuel burns off, the plane gets lighter overall, but its critical point of balance remains perfectly stable. Here is where the engineering gets truly brilliant. Think about what happens when a plane takes off. The wings are generating massive amounts of lift pushing upward. Meanwhile, the heavy fuselage full of passengers and cargo is pulling downward. This opposing force creates intense stress right where the wing meets the body of the plane. If the wings were completely empty, they would bend upward dramatically under the pressure, putting immense, dangerous strain on the metal. So, how do engineers solve this? By filling the wings with heavy fuel. The weight of the fuel inside the wing pushes down, actively fighting the upward force of the lift. In aviation, this is called wing bending relief. The fuel acts as a counterweight, literally keeping the wings from snapping off. Finally, there's the crucial element of safety. Jet fuel is highly combustible. If an airplane experiences a rough landing or a landing gear failure, the main belly of the fuselage is the most likely part to scrape against the runway. If the main fuel tanks were located right under the passenger floor, the risk of a catastrophic fire would be incredibly high. By storing the fuel far out in the wings, engineers keep the most dangerous element of the aircraft far away from the passengers. Plus, the high-altitude, freezing air rushing over the wings acts as a giant natural radiator, keeping the fuel safely cool throughout the flight. So, the next time you gaze out an airplane window, you aren't just looking at a piece of metal shaped to catch the wind. You're looking at a carefully balanced, stress-relieving, safety-enhancing flying fuel tank that makes modern air travel possible. It's an elegant solution to a massive engineering puzzle. Hit that like button, share this video with a fellow traveler, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories hiding in plain sight. Safe travels, and see you next time.